Oh, what's going on, everyone? I'm Dark Sky, and today we are playing some Cubactory. And this is a really neat game. It's having to deal with cubes, much like shapes or shapes too, and except a little bit less on the crazy side. If you ever had a chance to play any of those games, I tell you, it's pretty crazy. But this one here is a little bit more on the simpler side, and but it's still a lot of fun to play. But yeah, let's get into this. Let's get started. Finally, it's about time. They've sent someone to give me a hand. It's been ages since everyone left and stopped sending orders, but it seems they've returned. Time to get the factory up and running again. Join me. This is the main collector. It's off. Let me see if it still has power. Seems to be working. We can now get the factory running. I'm QB, a maintenance specialized android. Have they explained your job to you? Here, we move cubes, we extract them from the ground, move them, join them, mix them, cut them, and when they're ready, we send them up. It's very easy. They tell us what parts they need, we manufacture them, and that's it. Plus, they pay us so we can expand the factory. We don't ask questions. So, shall we get to work? There it is. Top left, the first order. Let's start by placing one extractor to make primary cubes emerge. Hold the control to click to destroy. All right. Remember, you can destroy anything that bothers you whenever you want using the control. All right, so we're going to be putting down this extractor here, and we do the R to rotate it in the different directions here, and we're going to be getting some blocks, and they're going to be coming down here. So let's put that down. There we have it, your first cube. All right, so now we're going to place some belts here, and just put those belts there. And then we're going to rotate it and have it come down all the way down here. And there we go. We just need 10 blocks to go up top. And 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 10 right there. We couldn't put down more extractors to make this process go a little bit quicker if we wanted to. But, I mean, it's only 10 blocks. Impressive, no doubt. Let's see what they surprised us with next. All right, so now we have to get a joiner. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take this little joiner here, and we're going to take 2 of these. All right, so for us to do the joiner, you hold down the right mouse button and you drag, and you can make it a 2-slotter. And then you can change those 2 slots to have any direction you want them to go. So we're going to put the 2-slotter right there, and then we're going to put one of the extractors right here, and the other one right here. Then we're going to take the belts here. We're going to drag these belts down and drag these belts down here. And then we want to turn it this direction to come in onto the joiner on this side, and then have them come out on that side there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to click on these belts here. We're going to not do that. We're going to right click to make them a 2-slotter. And then we're going to have them just go across like that so they can start going up. All right, so the next thing we have to do is, you can see up here in the upper left corner is what we need to accomplish. So I'm thinking what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of these 2 here. We're going to bring in the single belt. And I want to bring this belt in here and have that come this way, and this one come in here. Let's see, maybe one more this direction. And then let's get rid of all this here. All right, and then what we're going to do is we want to do a joiner here. So we'll have that join up like that, and then it's going to come down here, and we're going to have it do a switch. And so with the switch here, we'll probably, let's see, yeah, we'll do something like that right there. And I'm going to set this one up to come down right about here. And then I want it to turn and go that direction. And on this one here, I want it to come down. Probably down to about here. So like right there, and then turn that direction. Now we want to do a joiner, but this time we need the joiner to be a 4. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to set that up right there. There we go. Set that up there. And then we're going to do the belts, and we're going to just bring the belts all the way down. And so now those are creating those blocks. A 2x2 block. So that's great. Having that all get together. To give you kind of an example here on how it's supposed to all kind of come together. So if you don't understand like how it's supposed to come together, you can look over here, get kind of an example of like how to do it, how to go about it. We probably noticed that for each order we complete, we're rewarded with money. And you can see your money in the bottom left corner. You can't see it right now, but it's usually right down here. Once you've earned enough money, we can expand the factory. We can expand in any of the 4 directions from here. All right, so we got what? 2 yellows out here and 2 greens. Well, I'm out. And when you have enough money, let me know. All right, so now what we have to do is do this. And if we click on it, you can kind of see that it is actually 3x2 blocks. So we want to take this here, and we want to take the little blocks here and expand it into these ones. So I'm thinking what we want to do here is, it's too bad that there's not a way we can cut this, paste it, like paste it backwards a little bit, and then, you know, work forward. But so what we're going to do is we're going to just deal with what we got here. All right, so now that we have that, let's do the belt go this direction, and then we're going to get rid of that tree. And then I want to do is, let's see here, we have that going there. Let's do a switch right here. And I want to put that like right here. So I'm going to have one block go this way into that joiner. The other one is going to go this way. And then once it goes into here, then I think what I want to do is to take this, put that down, and then I'm going to have my joiner right here. And then once I have that, then I should be able to just let me see if I can do this. Can I put that belt there? Will that work? No, I guess I have to do a 3x. That's unfortunate. All right, so let's do the 3x here. 3x2. I should have had this joiner go the other direction, probably like this direction here. And then I do the belt going this way. And then have it that way. There we go. All right. So now they're all coming together. The 2x3s, they come in, they join together. We have these other ones that are going this way here, combining into the 2. We're just not able to keep up, are we? But that's all right. I mean, we only need 10, so it's not too bad. Now, the money on top here is how much money we're going to make once we do all 10 of these. This is how much money we currently have. Once we get that money, then once we need, I think we're going to need like 500 or so to do the more expanded area. So now we can buy one of the 4 adjacent zones and we'll have access to a new color. So we can do the yellow or the green. I mean, we can do the yellow here, another yellow and another green. And then we can even expand more depending as we move more out and expand out more. So I'm thinking, let's do this one right here. That seems like a good one to expand out to. Okay, let's see what we can do with 2 colors. All right, what do we got? All right, so we got this simple little block here. If we take the extractor, we take extractor here. And maybe an extractor here. And then let's see, let's put, now we can use the Q and E to move the screen around. And then we use the WASD keys just to kind of move the screen around to where we want to get to. Now I'm thinking with the joiner here, I want to do joiner here, and let's get rid of that. Right click to expand it out to a 2. Now I want to do that there, I think, yes. And I want to bring this down. Now you can right click and it'll drop it from a 2 or whatever you have it currently to set, maybe a 4 or a 6 or whatever. If you right click it, it'll expand it back down to 1 so you can just get the single one. So I think what I'm going to do is do that there, and then I'm going to have this one come in and go in here. And then what I want to do is I want to take this belt and let's make it a 2, kind of expand it out a little bit, and let's bring that down right here. We get rid of that one. Let's expand it that way and that way so we go right in. And so now we're going to go get our 152 coin for completing that, that little process there. Only to see what we have to do next. You know, I don't know what we're going to be doing next. And it doesn't seem like we ever go back to these, like we need these for something later. So we can always take this stuff out if it gets in the way. All right, so now what we need to do is we need to join these 2 together. All right, so we have these 2 here. Now, if I took these 2 and I can't, if I was to make this exact copy on this side and have the 2 to join, I'd have 2 greens on one side, 2 blues on the other. So I'm going to have to do something here a little bit more trickier. So let's see, I'm thinking something like this here. And then maybe something like this right here. Yeah. Let's see, let's turn it this way actually. And then I'm going to have this come up here. And then I'll have it turn here. Let's see. Yeah, that should work. And so we have that going into a joiner. And then this one here, I'm going to have this one come down. And then have this come through here. And have that come around this way. And let's turn the screen around so I can see what I'm doing. And then we want to go that direction. Now I want to bring it into a joiner. So we're going to right click and pull it out this for a 2. All right. And so now that we have that, now we're going to need to bring those 2 together. So let's expand that out and we're going to turn it to where it makes it. And then once it makes those 2 together, then we're going to bring that down here. All right, let's get rid of that there. And then I want to bring this right here. I want to bring this down here. No. That's another joiner. I want to do a belt. Let's do a belt. There we go. So I'm bringing that down here and then have that come out this way. And so once we make the 10 of those, we should get another 230. I mean, if we wanted to, we could expand out even more and go with another green out here or yellow or whatever other colors that happen to be out there that we can expand to. All right. So now that we got those 2, we got 657 coin. And we have to make this one here. Now, what I'm thinking what I want to do is let's put the extractor out here. And the other extractor here, just a little bit further out. I want to bring these 2 in. And then I want to do a joiner. So let's do the joiner, have it go this way. And then let's do a switch right here and have it go. And instead of it coming together right there, maybe let's have it come together down here. So we'll have the joiner here. So we're going to have a 3. And we can get rid of all these. Okay, so what I want to do here is, let's see, I'll do a 2, and let's bring this up here. Let's turn the screen so I can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to have one come here, the other one's going to go up here, and then it's going to turn this way. All right, so what I was planning on doing is taking this one's going to come in here, it's going to join up. It should join up right here. But this one has a split, and when this splits, this one goes this way and goes up, and then it's going to come across this way like that. And then the other one's going to split, and it's going to come down here. So what I should do is take this one out, have this one come out more, and then let's see here, we should have, let's do a joiner right here. Right there, and then I want to bring this one in, get rid of that. That should bring that in. There we go. There we go. Yep, that'll work. All right, great. So now we just want to do the belt. We want to do a 2x3, bring that down here. All right, there we go. We'll get our 293 coin for that one there. I could probably get rid of all this. This doesn't really need to be here. Not anymore. It's done its job. All right, so just one more here, which is right there. Let's see what we have next to do. So that gives us what, almost 1,000. You're progressing well. I think you're ready for spaghetti. You can use tunnels now. Nice. Okay, so we have the rotator, looks like probably down, and a rotator, what? I don't know what that is. I guess maybe that's a turn-in? But we can also do a tunnel now, so that'll be neat. So it wants us to do a blue one, and then probably take these two. Yeah, these two here. Do that one there. I mean, I guess I could take this out. I really don't need it anymore. But at this point here, we could take that, and then let's do a belt. We're going to bring that down here. And then what I'm thinking, what I want to do is I want to do a joiner, and let's do the joiner right here. Nope, not that. I want to do 3. There we go. Let's bring that out. And then let's do an extractor and just have the extract. Not right there. Why did it put it there? Right there. There's what I wanted. Right there. Does that work? That works. All right, great. All right, so let's take this down to here. Actually, right about there, and then we want to turn it and have it go down that direction there. And this is my joiner, so my joiner needs to go this direction. I guess we don't need these anymore, so we can stop these for now while these other ones are being processed, and we'll see where we go from that. All right, now that we have that done, it looks like we have to take those two there like we have right now. And so what we're going to have to do is now do a joiner where it's going to be a 2x3, I imagine. And then what we're going to have another joiner out right here. There we go. And then we're going to have to put in the extractor right here. And then we have to put the belt in, which is going to be the 3x2, and that'll take it in for the ending. There we go. All right, cool. Well, we got that. Now, I've seen it later on where you have to like stack these on top of each other and then to infuse them together, but I don't know. There must be something else that we haven't gotten to that requires that. So, all right, so now that we have those, now it wants me to take the whole block here. So we're going to have to take, it looks like, right, 1, 2, no, right here. I want to put it kind of in the center. So this one will be right there, and then we'll take the belt, and we're going to take the belt here, and we're going to have that just go straight on. This one here is going to come down to here, and it'll turn there, and then so I'm going to have to do the joiner here, and then once the joiner's here, then I'll have to take this one here, take it down more. But I'm going to put another joiner right there. And then this one here is going to have the belt that comes down and goes right there to make the 3. There we go. All right, that works. And then we want to expand the belt out to a 3 and bring that all the way down here. And then turn it this direction. And then what I want to do here is I want to do a joiner. And this joiner here is going to be a little bit bigger. It's actually going to be a 2x3 or 3x3 rather. So we'll have to put that in there. All right, there we go. That'll work. That's not counting. It's not the exact pattern like this one is, because this one here has got these colors, but the colors are on this side. Oh, I see. The colors are on that side. Yes. Okay. I'm seeing what's going on here. So I need to have what? 3 and 1. So, and I don't have 3 and 1. Like, oh, tricky. Okay. So what we need to nip it in the butt, like right about here then. So I'm going to need to put in an extractor here. Let's put the extractor back a little bit more, probably right there. We'll put in the joiner right here. And then we're going to put in the belt right here. And then this one's going to come down and go into this one. Now, once that goes into there, then we're going to make another joiner that is 3 long. And so that's going to go into that one. And then I want to make another extractor right here. And let's see, I want to do a belt. Let's do the belt come down and then turn in right there. All right. Now that we have that, now we should be able to take this is a 3. Unless I do it this direction right here, where I just bring it down to like right here. And then I turn this direction and have that come in like that. That would work. And then I'll just switch the joiner so that, no, that's not it. There we go. The joiner goes that way and we'll put that in there. There we go. There we go. That did it. Wait a minute. That didn't do it. So what do I have to do now? Oops. I don't want a joiner. I'll do a belt. So I'm going to have to change that there and have that come down here. There we go. So that is exactly that. So we should give a point for that one. There we go. So now it says that we have to do exactly how it shows up here. Before it was like, well, you could get kind of close and still like get points for it. But it seems like now we have to do exactly what they have up here. All right. So there we go. We got the 10 that we needed. Don't think we're limited to colors we extract. We can also create our own colors and then take the belt and put that all the way through. Okay, so there we go. We got that. It's kind of, we went back to the beginning again or something. I don't know. So the extractor over here is just not able to keep up, is it? Look at the new order. You'll see that it doesn't match the colors that we currently have. Click on the order for more details. Needed. So we need those two and then what? As you can have seen, we are going to create a new color by combining 2 cubes of different colors. Use a mixer and it will mix the cubes of the shapes that you receive. All right, so what? We take these 2 here and then mixers only come in, I guess, so much stuff. So I guess we have to go a little bit bigger. Oh, that's kind of cool. That's neat. So it mixes the yellow and the blue together to make that teal color. Oh, that's kind of neat. To create a simple mixed cube, we need to cut the shape we have created. All right, so what we want to take this here, and I'm thinking what, just delete that and have that come out to, have that go out there. Then we do the cutter, and then what we're going to do the belt, I guess, and have it come out like that. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay, so now what it wants us to do is it wants us to do the cutter bit, but now what we need to do is, I'm thinking let's take this out and this out. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a switch. So I want to do something like that there so that one goes forward while one goes the other direction. This one here is going to go this way, and then it's going to go through the cutter. And then this one here is going to come down this way here. And it's going to come, see, we need to do the joiner. So we need to do the joiner here. And then we want to do the belt. So now what I need to do is to get rid of what, these here. And let's do the belt. And we're going to do it 1 by 3. I want to bring that over 1. And then we'll just bring that straight down. There we go. I'm making it. We're making things happen. This is awesome. Wait a minute. What's going on here? So, okay, this was supposed to be the cutter. That's not the cutter anymore. For some reason, that didn't click right. And then we'll put that one there. Okay, there we go. That's weird. It just got kind of stopped up there towards the end. All right, we did it. Congratulations, you completed the orders. So that's pretty cool. I think that's all we're going to do for our adventures today. Appreciate you guys coming along and joining me on this. It's been a lot of fun doing this little factory adventure here. I want to thank Dark Sky channel members for their support to the channel. And if you'd like to help support the channel, consider becoming a member by smashing that join button down below. You get all kinds of perks and benefits. Also, don't forget to smash that subscribe button if you haven't done so already, and hit that like. Let me know how much you've been enjoying this video so far. Don't forget that I stream on Saturdays at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, so you don't want to miss out on that. And I look forward to seeing you on our next video. You take care now, and bye-bye.